fashion, food, and fun. You're watching Living Local 15 with your host, Jessica Williams.
Good morning and welcome to Living Local 15. I'm your host, Jessica Williams. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today, I am taking you on a fun little adventure just right outside of downtown Fort Wayne at Wonder Camera Studio. So this is a really cool concept that they recently opened up where you are actually in control of the photos that you take and you can instantly see them. So whether you come in as a group celebrating something like an engagement or even using it as a corporate opportunity, they have so many options. So today I'm going to speak with their founder and I'm actually going to hop in front of their camera and take some pictures, and you're invited. Let's do it. I am now joined by Emma Meyer, who is the founder of Wonder Camera Studio. Hello.
Hi. Thanks for coming.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I'm so thrilled to be here. Your space is so cute and I just feel like, you want to walk in and kind of be a little diva,
Oh, I love that. Run with
You want to hit that runway and start taking photos. Okay, this is such an interesting concept that you have. So start off by just sharing about your studio.
Sure. So we opened about a year ago, and the concept is to bring something that can quite often be gatekept, which is photography, to the masses, and in a way that feels very client-friendly and creative. So allowing people to be able to see the images as they take them, I think is such an incredible way for somebody to feel empowered by what they look like. I think quite often we give up control when we have somebody behind the camera. But with this, you get to see what you're taking as you're taking it and really course correct or get excited, which is honestly more often than not, it's the getting excited. We're like, oh my God, I didn't know I was that hot. Like,
well, your lighting setup and just how you can instantly see the photo, like you said, is so dynamic. So you really did put the power back to the consumer.
That's the goal, yeah.
And so let's just talk about how this works and how you are different from the regular, like come in and do photography setup.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, we want it to be as client-led as possible. So keeping it accessible in terms of the price, we're $200 an hour and you can book online. You can book as many hours as you want, so feel free. But one of the big things that we're really trying to focus on and on setting ourselves apart is that you not only get to see yourself as you're taking them, you get all of your images. I'm very aware that we live in a world where everybody likes to edit their own photos. So it's like, why not give that power back to the people that have a very strong sense of how they'd like to present themselves? And with a clean backdrop like what we have, you can kind of do whatever you want with some of the backgrounds.
Yes, okay, so let's talk about the options. Tell me about the two camera options that you have and then the different backdrops.
Sure, yeah, so we have a gray, a dark gray, a white, and a green screen, which we haven't really tested out yet because nobody has been like, oh, I'm gonna do video, but I might steal your guys' lighting so that I can start shooting video here. But with the options within that, we have a headshot option, which we're gonna be doing with you, which I'm really excited about, which is just gonna be like waist up. So this is great for people who need like a new LinkedIn profile. And even with that, it's a quite quick process. So it's a great option to share with other people. Like if you have a whole company that wants to come in and get all their headshots done at once. And again, you get to see that you got the picture. So, and then the other is a full body frame. Full frame where we have the whole backdrop, and this fits comfortably like 7 or 8 people.
Okay.
So I was saying before, we had a really funny Christmas shoot where it was 5 different couples, all somehow fit on our backdrop.
Wow.
And they all got to do their own individual couples portraits, and then they did like ugly sweaters and all of that. But it's been really cool to see how people customize the space. And kind of have this blank canvas to play with.
Yes, I love that. So we are going to start off with the full body and kind of get that experience. And she even has fans, guys, to kind of give you that Beyonce effect.
That's
so that's
the
going to be so much fun.
Everybody deserves to feel like Beyonce.
Right, exactly. And so I just love how you just gave an example about the corporate option. What other creative ways can consumers use it? Because it's both for personal use, if you want to come in for your birthday, or with some friends, or maybe engagement. So kind of share me some of the creative ways you've seen people use the space.
Yeah, okay, so one of my favorites actually, this family came in, they were all in town, they live all over the country. So she, the grandmother, the matriarch, if you will, brought in decorations and like hats and stuff for every single holiday that they didn't get to spend together. So we had like St. Patrick's Day, New Year's, Christmas, all of that. And it was so much fun to see them like kind of like quick change and try to make it work. But so we have that option as well. We are fortunate enough as well to be able to do pet portraits, which have been really fun, because a lot of places, you can't take a dog in. Sorry, JCPenney, but you are a mall. We're not. So that has been really fun. And honestly, one of my favorite shoots to date was a school trip came in. A bunch of drama kids, which I can relate to, that was me as a kid, all came in and got their headshots done. And it was the first time they really got to see themselves, I think, that way as like adults. And it was just so much fun to watch them very seriously trying to be like, oh, I'm gonna get this headshot, and then relaxing the moment they see how great they look, right? Like that kind of like sense of self that you get to see come out when somebody gets to experience everything live. Like it's been really enjoyable.
I love that. And so are they taking the shots themselves, or are you actually doing the camera work for it?
Yeah, so we have a couple options. I've found that I tend to be quite hands-on because I want everybody to really enjoy themselves. But how it works is we actually have a remote right here. And let's see if I can make it work right here. So it triggers the camera, and with that process, you can take as many as you want. It's been kind of interesting to see how people like hide it and do what they can. But I've also, for sure, especially with kids, it's so easy to stand off camera and just snap, or to give it to the kids. They have so much fun. They're like, I'm in control. Right. So that's been a treat. But yeah, that's the technical side of it, and that gets a little bit easier with a headshot when you. When you can hide your hands.
You have your hands and all of that. Okay, so let's talk about your background in photography and also your passion for starting the studio here.
Oh, yeah. So there are two really interesting elements of that. Two aspects of it is, one, it's kind of like a homecoming. Coming back to Fort Wayne after all these years has been like a really interesting endeavor because it's not the place that I grew up in. But the craziest part is when I first moved away, literally in this room, I helped tear out the bar that used to be Casa's bar. That's what this building used to be. So it is a full circle moment for me. Like I have a scar on my arm from ripping out a bar stool. So this is like, it's very sentimental to me. But also just, having had plenty of years behind the camera, it felt like a really cool opportunity to utilize a space that means a lot to me, and I feel really, really fortunate to be bringing it to Fort Wayne. Yeah,
and so with you moving away for a while, you went to Chicago, and kind of you get to bring just a different aspect or viewpoint to the work as you help support your clients.
Translating. Yes, and being able to, I spent some time in front of the camera as well, so there are things that I can help with coaching. I mean, nobody needs it though. Like the way that these 14-year-olds come in with all the confidence that it's unreal. But because of that, I know the technical aspect of both in front and behind, and again, like how vulnerable it can be, which is why so much of the effort of putting the control back into the consumer's hands is a big part of the process.
You're so modest. She was a model, and so she knows that in front of the camera in that way. So I love that that dual aspect that you have, a vantage point to really just help bring out the best in people. And then so because it is an hour and people are paying by the hour, does that mean that it's like unlimited shots? They can do as many outfit changes?
So that group that I was talking about that had the Christmas 5 couples, they took 1,000 pictures and they got them all. That's how it goes. And that's the thing too, is like when you can take as many photos as you want, you can sometimes find those magical moments that you wouldn't have been able to if you were limited to 10 frames. So those have been really fun too, because it's like when you catch somebody off guard and they're like, oh wow, like I've never seen myself like that, literally. So so you get all of your pictures, they're all high res, so they'll download large enough for you to be able to crop in whatever way you want. Like if your sister looked weird in the picture, you can get yourself in there. But yeah, no, it's really, it's all about what is making this as comfortable and easy for people in terms, especially like I said, of cost. So those are kind of the things that we're trying to do to set ourselves apart.
Okay, I love it. And how can people book?
Yes, so wondercamerastudio.com. We have a couple different booking options, and within that you can choose which backdrop you want. And like I said, it's very customizable. So we try to work with everybody's needs.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Well, I am so excited to give this studio a test and actually hop in front of the camera and see what magic we can make.
Oh, I can't. I'm already blown away. I'm already blown away. She took one picture, and I was like, this doesn't make any sense. It's perfect already. So, I mean, you can just go now if you like.
Okay.
You're gonna no, stay.
Okay. So stay tuned as we snap away. And just like that, so much fun today here at Wonder Camera Studio, and you too can experience the magic by going to their website and booking a time. They are open 7 days a week, so come with all of your outfits, come with your friends, and just really enjoy having the power to take the photo that you want. And I'll have their website listed below, and I'll see you after the break.
Follow us on social media at Living Local 15.
This segment sponsored by Viking Psychiatry. I am at Viking Psychiatry, which offers a dynamic approach and innovation to interventional psychiatry. And today I'm going to learn all about their approach to treating suicide and depression. Let's do it. And I am joined by Sean Goddard, who is the owner here at Viking Psychiatry. Hello again.
So good to see you again.
You too. Okay, so we are learning so much by talking with you about your practice, but really about this mental health issue that people are dealing with and solutions that you are providing here to our community, which is so great. And so, of course, we've been getting to know you over the last couple of weeks, but in case this is someone's first time seeing it, what is Viking Psychiatry?
Viking Psychiatry is what we call an interventional psychiatry practice, which is just a fancy way of saying we want to offer tools and treatments that people can't get elsewhere that make a significant impact, right? We don't offer just another pill here. And we offer a warm environment for people to come in and get some care and feel comfortable while they're doing it.
Right, yeah. And today we're going to talk about Spravato. And so tell me, what is Spravato?
So Spravato is what's generic name is esketamine. It's intranasal esketamine. And it's a treatment that has been created from ketamine, which is a drug that we often see used in anesthesia.
Okay.
And it's been around for a long time, ketamine, and they realized that it can have an effect on mental health. And so it's approved to treat treatment-resistant depression and acute suicidality.
Wow, that's really intense. It's really good because I know that those types of disorders are intense and they need quick help. And I know that you're aiming to be such a quick turnaround for patients that come here. So talk to me about that and how you want to be a quick solution.
Yeah, absolutely. When it comes to medications, most of them, when we start a client on a new medication, you know, we tell them 8 to 12 weeks to begin to see a difference. And that's to begin to see a difference, right? And there's not a high success rate with those oral medications. And so when somebody has failed 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus medications, and you come here for treatment, you want to feel better quick, right? And typically that's not seen in mental health. But with Spravato, we can see differences in as soon as the first treatment. We see significant impact on depression, on suicidality, and I mean, this spray is so amazing that within 4 hours of your initial treatment, you have what are called brand new dendrites being formed in your brain, and so you have new communication occurring, and communication is vital when it comes to feeling better.
Yeah, that's so cool. And really, I know that this facility offers a lot of accessibility for this treatment. You have how many rooms? How many treatment rooms?
Yeah, so right now we have the capability to treat up to 14 people at a time.
Wow.
And we do 3 treatments a day, 3 rounds of treatment on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And our goal was, when we first started, we only had 4 chairs, right? And what we didn't want is a waiting list and people having to wait for treatment. So we've gone extra steps to try to make sure that we can add as many chairs as possible, so when somebody needs help, they can get it. Our goal is, if somebody's acutely suicidal, we see them within 48 business hours, and with treatment-resistant depression, we see them within 7 to 10 days, so that people can get that treatment going right away. Because when you have hope and you take that first step, right, you don't want to have to then wait 4, 6, 8, 12 weeks to get in and be seen.
Okay, so this is the room, one of the rooms at least, in the special chair, and we have someone that you're going to demonstrate.
Yeah, Holly, she's on our staff, and she's agreed to be the guinea pig in this case. If you want to go ahead and have a seat, Holly.
Please.
And so when people come in for treatment, normally actually this room is dark, and we have nebula lights going on, right? Our goal is to create a relaxing environment. The nebula lights just kind of help people kind of get lost in their thoughts, right? And so with Spravato, the standard treatment is you come in for depression, for example, twice a week for 4 weeks, once a week for 4 weeks, and then once every other week for 4 weeks. And a significant portion of people are done with treatment at that time. Some people have to continue on, depending on what's going on, the severity, or they did amazing and they want to continue to stay in that range. So. But when people come in, they're here for about 2 hours, because this is what's called a REMS controlled medication. And so we have to report vital signs within 7 days of treatment to show that people are responding well. So it's got strong safety data behind it, 6+ years of data that shows us it's safe, not only for initial treatment, but even longer term treatment. And so they come in, and in the box, we have 3 devices, 2 or 3 devices depending on the dose, that look like this. And so what folks are going to do is they're going to just spray this themselves into their nostril. Right? And so Miss Holly here will give us an example. Staff will be in the room with them. We give the doses and guide the timing. And so they'll take the first spray and insert and spray into the nose, and they'll immediately spray into the other nostril. And then Miss Holly's doing a great job in keeping her head straight, right? Because we want as much of that to stay in the nasal cavity as possible. And so we'll start a timer, and then 5 minutes later, they get their second dose, right? And so that's the 56 milligram dose. And then if they're getting the highest dose, 84 milligrams, 5 minutes after that spray, we'll give them a third one of these, right? And the milligram is really dependent upon a couple things. One, we always start with 56, the lower dose, in some populations, even maybe just one sprayer. And then we assess their response to determine whether or not we need to go to the higher dose. Not everybody does, right? And we have that flexibility that if the higher doses may be too much, right, as they begin to respond, then we can always back them down to 56. The goal is that they get their treatment, complete it, and get all the way through. So we're going to do anything we can to make that possible.
Wow. And then after, so you say it's a 2-hour time frame, but once they get the nasal injections, how long do they sit here and kind of let the medicine take place?
Yep, so the nasal sprays, all in all, you're here for about 2 hours. So when you come in, we get your initial set of vitals. We come in and we do your sprays. And then at the 40-minute mark, that's where we can see blood pressure creep up a little bit. So we want to make sure that your blood pressure is doing okay and you're doing okay. We'll come in at 40 minutes and recheck your vitals.
Right.
And then you just kind of hang out again till that 2-hour mark. And then after 2 hours, you're going to be free to go. Now, this is kind of like surgery, right? They wouldn't give you anesthesia and then let you drive yourself home, right? And so remember, esketamine is half of ketamine, which is anesthesia. And so people can still be a little bit sedated, or what I joke around and call drunk walking, right? And so we definitely don't want them getting behind the wheel. And so they do have to have somebody to drive them home, whether that's a friend, family member, or even Uber or Lyft or something like that is possible. But you can't get on your bike or your car or anything like that and take yourself home. And we support them. We create a comfortable environment. We have fans, we have neck cooling fans, heating apparatus for the people that want to really control their temperature. We have a call light system that goes to them with no sound, so staff know to come help and assist. And
you have snacks.
Well, yep, we have Jolly Ranchers and Starbursts, and the reason why is some of this can sometimes drip down the back of the throat, and I've been told it's not the best tasting stuff in the world, so we have candies to help people be able to get rid of that taste.
That is so awesome. Well, that's so great that you're offering this, and that was great to learn more about it. So thank you. If someone is interested in looking into this treatment and learning more from you, where should they go?
They can go to vikingpsychiatry.com or vikingpsych.net to make it easy. And they're also welcome anytime during our business hours. They're welcome to stop in, get a free warm cookie, and one of our staff will make themselves available to talk to them a little bit and see about getting them set up for an appointment.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much,
Thanks.
John.
Appreciate you coming by.
And if you would like more information about Viking Psychiatry, we'll have their website listed below, and I'll see you after the break. This segment sponsored by Viking Psychiatry. Join me, Jessica Williams, on Living Local 15 every weekday morning at 9 on WANE 15.
Watch Living Local 15 with Jessica Williams on WANE 15. Living Local 15, proudly driven by the Kelly Automotive Group. Content segments during today's Living Local 15 were paid for by these sponsors.